Right then, we are back, and today we have some intergender wrestling for you as the Flairs take on the Blanchards. Again, celebrating two of the famous bloodlines within wrestling. First of all, we have got the Flair line. That, of course, is the patriarch himself, Mr. Ric Flair, who, let's have a look at him in our ranking system. He is on +8 after 35, which is 50th position, which is pretty decent. The problem is now is that, especially with people like Will Ospreay, has run away with the top of the ranking system. Will Ospreay is now on +32. So if Ric Flair ever wanted to top the ranking system, he's got to gain 24 points, which is crazy when you think about it. I mean, even for him just to get into the top 20, he's got to gain an extra 7 or 8 points. So yeah, I mean, to be where he, and where I believe he should be as well, to be honest, because I think Ric Flair should be in the top 10 of all time. He really needs to pull his finger out and start getting some bloody wins. And this could be the start of something here today. And of course, he today will be teaming up with his daughter, Charlotte Flair. She is currently 12th in the women's rankings division, on a +8 as well, after 38. Women's division is a bit closer. Charlotte is only 8 points away from the top, which currently is Asuka. And again, a win here could definitely start to move in the right direction. A win here would put her up to +9 and would put her up into the top 7. So it's a big move for Charlotte, and she can then look to try and force her hand into the Women's Championship picture. And they are facing off against Tully Blanchard, who of course was part of the same stable as Ric Flair for many, many years, the Horseman. And he is on +2 after 20 matches. He's on +1 for the one match he's had so far this year. And he will be joined by his daughter, of course, Tessa Blanchard, who is one position below Charlotte currently in the women's rankings, on +7 after 14 matches. Been an okay year for her so far. She's had 3 matches, she's won 1 and lost 2 of them, but she did gain a couple of bonus points in one of those losses. So yeah, this should be interesting. So the rules of intergender wrestling on this game, basically the men face the men, the women face the women. So we start things off with both the men in the ring. When one of the men tag out, both of the women become legal. So for example, if Ric Flair was to tag in Charlotte, Tessa automatically also becomes legal as well. And of course, the way it works with the pin breaks, you get to come in and make one pin break, and then if you try and come in for the second one, you will be disqualified. And then that is reset every time there is a tag. So it's doable. You've just got to be careful when you come in. If you think that your tag team partner can survive and kick out of the pinfall, then leave them to it. Because the last thing you want to do is to get disqualified. So Ric Flair starting things off a bit earlier on. And I do think potentially Ric and Charlotte should be the favourites for this one. I think they have the edge in both genders. I think Ric is probably slightly better than Tully. And Charlotte is better than Tessa as well. So I think they should have the advantage. And it is the first time we're using both of these teams as an intergender team as well. We haven't really done a ton of intergender wrestling in the past. It is something that I keep saying I want to delve more into. We do have quite a decent sized roster. Now we've got 44 teams on here now. We haven't used the majority of them. And as I said, I think at some point we'll do maybe a tournament, mixed match challenge style tournament. And if I can figure it out, I still keep saying I'm going to do it, and I still haven't even checked. But if we can bring in an intergender tag team titles, that'd be useful as well. I'm sure you probably can, because you can do open gender championships. So potentially we could just make a normal tag team championship and make it for intergender. That makes sense, doesn't it, really? Strike in the face. Oh, it's another one we can add, actually. Is Mercedes Moné and the Beast Mortos. Have I put them on there already? Moné. No. I'm going to add that on now, because those two, of course, are in a relationship in real life. The Beast Mortos and Mercedes Moné. There was another one, wasn't there? There is one I found earlier that will be involved in a match actually tomorrow, and that is Miranda Gordy. The daughter of the legendary Terry Gordy. Terry Gordy and Miranda Gordy. Because I think she was on an episode of Ring of Honor or AEW at one point. I remember seeing her name and thinking I didn't know she existed. Did you know as well? Remember Jesse and Festus? Remember that old tag team? Jesse from Jesse and Festus is Terry Gordy's son. And Festus from Jesse and Festus is Luke Gallows. That always throws me off every time I see it. Anyway, Tully now sending Rick into the corner, runs in with the elbow. Look at Ric Flair run straight into an uppercut there. And now Rick taking down Tully. Oh, look at that. Tessa, it's supposed to be woman versus woman, but the first thing Tessa did was run across and spear Ric Flair off of the apron. To the elbow right on the inside of the knee by Charlotte. Of course, remember, Charlotte does like to utilize that figure 8 leg lock as a finisher, so she will try and weaken the legs and the lower back of Tessa as much as she possibly can. I say I do think that Charlotte and Rick should have the advantage, but it's close. It's not like one of those matches where we know for definite who's definitely going to win. So it really could go either way, I suppose. But for me, surely, it's... I just want the Flairs to win because I want Ric Flair to be higher up in the rankings, and I think Charlotte should be as well. I mean, in my opinion, I think Charlotte is one of the best female wrestlers of all time, but she's definitely been put across as one of those, so I think she should be higher up in the ranking system. The boot right in the face there by Tessa, who is back in CMLL now, isn't she? Of course, I think when WWE came into AAA, I'm assuming is she still with TNA as well? I'm not sure, to be honest. But when WWE came in, they sort of pushed aside both Tessa and Alberto Del Patron, who both have some histories that are not going to put WWE in the best of lights. I mean, not like WWE's own history isn't dodgy enough as it is, I suppose, but there you go. Flair now swinging around Tully with the neckbreaker. Flair now backing away into the corner, looking to drop the double axe handle. And now dropping the boot into the back of the head and a stiff knee into the face as well. And Flair now looking to lock in the figure 4 leg lock for the first time of the match. But Tessa has come in and broke that. That means Tessa now cannot enter the ring again until there is a tag. Otherwise, she will be disqualified. So there's the pin now by Flair on... Oh my god, he's got it. Okay. Well, that was really bloody quick. That was super, super quick, that one. I don't know how that was so quick, to be honest. I mean, that shocked me. I know Flair is obviously, like I said, he's a very good wrestler, but to take down Tully that quick has really surprised me, you know. Of course, he did hit him with that figure 4 leg lock, which was broken up by Tessa. But this wasn't that. That was obviously the spinning toe holds. That weakened the legs and the knees ready for the leg lock when it was eventually locked in. You can tell how quick this match was. Look how much the game is trying to force out dodgy replays. I mean, this is where the women were involved. The electric chair dropped there by Charlotte on Tessa. And Tessa dropped into the pin. Again, wasn't enough. I mean, Tessa sort of controlled the majority of the time the women were in the ring, in my opinion. There was Flair with the neck breaker. It just sort of came out of nowhere. Dived off, of course, with the double axe handle. Did lock in the figure 4. Why we've seen all these dodgy replays and we missed the figure 4 leg lock? That's crazy. And there it was. It was a pretty simple win for Flair in the end. Okay. Well, I've always said I'll never re-record a match unless there's a blatant bug or a problem with it. It wasn't the most exciting match I was expecting, to be honest with you. But it's a victory for Ric Flair and his daughter, Charlotte. Let's have a look at the Flairs. Ric Flair and Charlotte pick up their first ever win as a intergender tag team. And the team of Tully and Tessa pick up the loss. They move down to a -1. And then into the female rankings then, that is a loss for Tessa. She moves down to a +6 after 15. Charlotte with a win moves up to a +9 after 39. And then into the men's rankings then, Ric Flair, not David. Rick, there he is. Ric Flair gets the win. He moves up to a +9 after 36. And Tully Blanchard is going to move down to a +1 after 21. Well, there we go. Big victory then for the Flairs. It was actually pretty easy in the end for them. I'm surprised how easy it was, to be honest with you, but he took full advantage, got the victory, and he takes the points. Right, that is our first match of the day. I shall see you very, very soon. Next up, we do have a 10-man Next Generation Legacy Gauntlet match. Zilla Fatu, Dominic Mysterio, Bron Breakker, Charlie Dempsey, Tommy Billington, Nick Wayne, Kerry Morton, Atlantis Jr., Hook, and Brooks Jensen. I'll see you all on the flip side.